Rising college tuition rates in the United States have become a big topic in today's political climate. Political figures such as Bernie Sanders have put a spotlight on the issue, calling for a change in order to allow future generations the ability to continue their education. With tuition costs continuing to rise in the U.S., more and more students are not able to attend college to receive a higher education or are being forced to choose where to go based on where they will have the least amount of debt. More colleges, universities, and other secondary education institutions need to offer tuition-free college programs in order to combat the ever-rising tuition costs in this country and continue to allow future generations to better their future. While the two opposing sides of this topic may seem very simple to understand, many different people have their own reasons as to why they would support or oppose the spread of tuition-free college programs. The obvious reason as to why people might support tuition-free college programs is because it allows students to attend college without graduating with large amounts of debt. But there are many other reasons as to why people support this idea. Allowing more students to attend college for very little means there will be many more well-educated citizens in the United States, thus raising the quality of life for so many people, allowing them to pursue careers they have always wanted to, and giving them a brighter future. The opposite of those who support these programs are those who oppose them and believe that they should not be widely offered. One of the biggest reasons you will hear as to why somebody doesn't support them is due to how they are funded. Most of these programs are funded through taxes, which means citizens in that area might have to pay slightly more. Those opposing these programs also believe that the majority of the tax money paid for these programs would go towards students who are considered to be wealthy and who could afford it on their own. There are many reasons why tuition-free college programs should be more widespread and widely available to students. One reason is that if tuition was no longer a barrier to higher education, more citizens would have the ability to educate themselves. Once this happens, it has a spiral effect that continues to help the U.S. as a whole from being more educated as a country to giving the individual a brighter future for themselves and possibly their family. A more educated individual would find a job in their field which would help them maintain a stable income. Another factor of tuition-free college, as Elizabeth Bell states in her peer-reviewed journal, is the opportunity for students of color and those in low-income areas to attend secondary education institutions. Another reason why they should be more widespread is because of the success already seen in other programs. One program that has received national recognition is the Tulsa Achieves program at the Tulsa Community College, also known as TCC, in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Nash McQuarters is the senior ministry counselor at TCC, and he delivered a TED Talk speaking about the success of their program and how they did it. He explains that the percentage of students that return to TCC and are enrolled in their tuition-free program is higher than those who attend TCC and did not enroll in their tuition-free program. The GPAs of students who are enrolled in the tuition-free program are also higher on average compared to those who are not. McQuarters explains that this is due to the fact that the barrier of worrying about how students are going to pay for college is gone. In order to take part in the program and stay enrolled, students must graduate high school with a certain GPA, live in Tulsa County, and volunteer 40 hours a year within the community. Requiring the student to live within the community where they are attending school, as well as requiring volunteer hours in that community, can help to improve communities one student at a time. The final reason as to why these programs should be more widespread is because it can help the economy drastically by educating more people in the specific fields that they will then go into. Better educated citizens means a greater ability to critically think and make things more efficient. Education is an investment in human capital, similar to investment in better equipment. A country's economy becomes more productive as the number of educated workers in the field grow. Countries with a greater portion of their population attending and graduating from secondary education institutions see faster economic growth than countries with less educated workers. As a result, many countries provide funding for primary and secondary education to improve economic performance. Examples of this can be seen at many different corporations today, such as Amazon. In many different fields, Amazon will pay for the education of someone who wants to work for them in a specific field. Again, while tuition-free college seems like a good solution to many Americans today, there are still many people who oppose the idea and don't believe it is the solution. The two biggest reasons as to why many people have doubts about tuition-free college, according to Politico and Forbes magazine, is because, quote, working-class taxpayers would wind up footing the bill for wealthy students who don't need taxpayer help." End quote. This is saying that the issue lies with those who would be paying for these programs and who would be in these programs. While a raise in taxes might happen if the government steps in to address the issue of rising tuition costs, the option for universities to create their own programs is still there. In this case, citizens in the community would pay for it through property tax that they already pay. Much like the Tulsa Community College tuition-free program, there are requirements to qualify for tuition-free college, including living within the community where you are attending college. By having this requirement, the students in the program are also contributing to the program, along with everybody else who lives in the community. Someone who may be considered to be wealthy would have to apply for the program first and would not just automatically reap the benefits of a program that is meant for low-income students. But the TCC tuition-free program also requires things such as volunteer hours in the community, which requires students to put in work and time outside of their school to help earn the education that they are receiving. This specific factor alone negates these viewpoints, as a wealthy student would not be receiving a free education. All students would be working to earn it through volunteering in their community. If programs are created in the way that programs such as the TCC program was created, then these issues that cause people to oppose tuition-free college would not exist anymore. While tuition-free college programs won't make their way around the entire country overnight, progress can still be made one step at a time. Simply taking strides to lower tuition costs currently is a better step than watching them continue to climb. If the trend of rising costs continues, future generations might see college as a luxury or dream instead of a means to a future career.